Hello, my name is Eric Turgot, and welcome to ASE3 Demo, the new Animation Speed Editor update. Okay, let's start off. I've created a demo scene already. Okay, with the new ASE3, there's a huge interface overhaul and some new features added to the interface. For those that don't know what ASE is, it's an animation speed editor, basically. It's for times when you've created animations in a 3D modeling program and you didn't like the speed of the animation that was created. With ASE, you can use the inspector view to modify that animation. As you can see here, I can just adjust the slider. What this basically does is modify the speed between 0 and 5 range, 0 being the slowest speed and 5 being the fastest speed. And you can also use ASE to set your wrap modes and put the animation on layers, as you can see. You can also use ASE for gameplay changes, like you want to do a slow-mo, you want to affect multiple game objects with a slow-mo or a speed up in animation, just for an effect. Alright, I hope you understand that part. So let's get the demo started. And with this demo, I've created a Penelope control script, which basically has an enum, which when selected, it plays run, idle, jump, uses the ASE string call, method call, the ASE object method call, and the ASE tag method calls. I'm going to show those off right now. So let's hit play. Actually, with if you want, you can start setting up the speeds here with the sliders and layers and all. But what I recommend to do, simple, just go into play mode, and as you can see with the script, it's selected to play the run animation in the enum. So animation. So if I want to right now, I can just change that speed, and here you can see the speed. It speeds up the animation or slows it down. So if you want different effects for different times, you can do that. Alright. Right now you can see the visual inspector playing back the animation time, showing you what frames the animation is on currently. Let's put that back to 1. So right now, let's change the animation to an idle animation, and I can adjust that too, but let's leave that to 1. With the new interface, you can play any animation without. Right now I have a Penelope control script, which I just created for this demo, but you don't have to have that, of course. With the interface, you can actually play an animation and survey it just by clicking the play button, and it goes to playing the animation that you want to modify. So right now you can see me doing that, and I can stop that, and right now it goes back to playing the idle animation because that's what the script is set to play. So for customers that already bought the previous version of ASE, you were able to save the values that you've set up in play mode. So let's save that, and let's exit play mode. And as you can see, the value is saved. Right now, let's go back and play. If I didn't save it, of course, if I decided I want to do that, and changed it right here, and then without hitting save, it goes back to the previously set speed in the edit mode. So use that feature as much as needed. It saves a lot of productivity. With this new version of ASE3, let's go back into play mode, and let's say for me, I like keeping records. So hey, I like this. I like the speed of the animation. Let's set it to 2, and I like that speed. So I can actually save it to be saved in the edit mode, to be loaded back into the edit mode. But I wanted to store it this time, so let's store that. Let's hit that checkbox, and what ACE is going to do is going to save a data file. So let's exit play mode, and what you see right now is that ACE saved a data file which stores all that animation info. Or if I wanted to, I could just go back and hit the load button right here, and it loads the animation speed. And here it seems to have saved the loop wrap mode, because I was looping the animation while doing it. Also, if I wanted to get rid of all that data, I could just hit the delete button and it gets rid of the data file. So those are the two, that's one of the new features in ASE3. It's pretty cool. So right now I'll be using this in my project, and I save all of my animation data so I can load it if I need to, and reference it for something I want later in Word projects. Okay. Alright. Now let's look at the script. So right now you can see the enums set up here, but what if I want a script setting my animations? There's 3 methods you can use to call. Alright, the first one is speed string, which basically you give the ACE a string for the name of the object that you're looking for to set the animation, and it searches the scene for that game object. This is only recommended to be used not frame by frame, like in the update function. Don't use it in the update function because it's very performance intense. You can use it in start to search and set a speed, but it's not recommended to use it in update mode. The other downside to using the speed string is that if you have multiple game objects with the same name in the scene, it's gonna only affect the first game object in the scene in that hierarchy. As you can see here, this would be the first game object that it affects in the scene, and the rest would be left alone. So only use that if you just if you have unique names and you only call it in the start function or await functions, or you can just use triggers to not call it all the time. So move on to the speed object method call. This basically, here I declared up here a Penelope game object. If I wanted to, I could search for any specific game object. I can use game object.find and search for a specific game object in the start function and have it referenced in that variable, and then put it in this method and call the animation that I want to set the speed in. I recommend using this more for specific game objects that you want to select. If you have to have multiple game objects with the same name, which is not something good to do, but if you have to, if you want a specific one of those game objects to be called, you reference it using the variable and then calling it. Right. Let's move on to the tags option, which is my favorite, and you can use it to call multiple game objects with the same tag, of course, and set those speeds at the same time. Let's actually test that out. I have two game objects here. Has the same script on it. Let me add the ASE. You don't have to have the ASE inspector on it if you don't, on any game object if you don't want to, but I require you do it because it gives you a lot of information. But if you don't want to, you don't have to add it. You can just call the script and it works fine. So right now, let's test out setting the speed of multiple objects. So right now, I have the enum to do that, and I can actually go to change tags. What this basically is going to do is change the speed of the let's go back here. Change the speed of the jump animation for all the game objects with that tag, which is Penelope game objects. So let's do that. You can change that, and as you can see right here, the jump I click between these two, you can see the speed for the jump animation is set the same way. So let's change that to jump 2. Of course, it didn't save the speed because I was doing it through script, and I didn't use the inspector to save the values. But I can do what I want with it. Okay, let's show off another new feature of ASE3. I have multiple camera viewpoints here for the animation that's playing. I can choose if I want to look behind, to the left, or to the right of the game object to see how the animation looks playing at those different viewpoints. This is a pretty neat feature, and I use it all the time to see how everything look at different angles. Stop playing that. And so I hope you like what you saw in this demo, and ASE3 will be on the Asset Store soon, and I hope you take a look at it. It's a great asset, and it's very valuable, and it improves production time, so give it a try. Thank you for watching.